students, in this lecture we are going to discuss another very important concept, that is pH of a weak acid. Okay, so generally we use a formula to calculate pH, that is equal to pH is equal to minus log H plus ion concentration, right? We use this formula to calculate pH, but this formula is used to calculate the pH of strong acids only. Okay, so for weak acids we cannot use this formula, because in the case of strong acid what happens, they almost undergoes ionization. Yes or no? Almost 100% ionization take place in the case of strong acids or strong bases, but in the case of weak acids and weak bases, they undergoes partial ionization or partial dissociation. Okay, so in that cases we use a different formula. So that we discuss now how to calculate pH of a weak acid and for the weak bases also. Okay, so now let us see. Take a weak acid HX, a general acid we are taking, that may be HF, CH3, COOH, whatever it may be the weak acid. Okay, so that it dissociate to give H plus and X minus. Okay, so after some time what happens, a equilibrium is established between undissociated acid and dissociated ions. Yes or no? All the molecules are not undergoing dissociation. Only few molecules undergoes dissociation. Okay, so after some time what is happening? Equilibrium is established between undissociated acid and the dissociated ions. Okay, so here suppose the concentration of acid is C. Okay, the initial concentration of the acid is C. That may be C molar, C normal, whatever it may be, concentration we are taking it as C. So initially no dissociation at time t equal to 0, yes or no? The dissociation is not yet started, for example. Now, the change is suppose C alpha. Okay, so out of C molar, alpha is the degree of dissociation. Yes or no? What is alpha? Degree of ionization or degree of dissociation. Out of C molar, C alpha molar is undergoing dissociation. So here we get plus C alpha. Here also plus C alpha. Yes or no? 1 mole of H plus 1 mole of X minus is formed. At equilibrium we have C minus C alpha, that is equal to C of 1 minus alpha, and here C alpha and C alpha. Okay, if you write acid dissociation constant or ionization constant for acid, okay, what is Ka? Acid dissociation constant or ionization constant for a weak acid. Remember that this is also one type of equilibrium constant only. So how can you write this one? Concentration of H plus ion into concentration of X minus by concentration of Hx. Yes or no? This is nothing but a equilibrium constant. Already we discussed how to write the equilibrium constant, right? Okay, so concentration, product of concentrations of product by concentration of the reactants. Okay, if you substitute here equilibrium concentrations, C alpha, this is also C alpha by C of 1 minus alpha. Okay, so here C and C will get cancelled. Okay, so finally we have Ka is equal to C we have, and alpha into alpha, alpha square, C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. Okay, Ka equal to C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. Okay, so Ka equal to C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. Now for weak acids, okay, for weak acids, alpha is much less than 1. Okay, alpha value is much less than 1. So therefore we can write that 1 minus alpha value is almost equal to 1. Okay, so alpha value is very small when compared to 1, that is 0.001, 0.0001, whatever it may be. So alpha is negligible, so that's why 1 minus alpha value is almost equal to 1. Okay, if you consider that approximation, so here this becomes 1 minus alpha equal to 1. So overall we get Ka is equal to C alpha square. Okay, Ka is equal to C alpha square. Yes or no? Okay, so remember this formula. If alpha, sometimes they will mention in the examination that avoid 1 minus alpha equal to 1 approximation. In that case, you should use this formula. Okay, if you take a approximation that 1 minus alpha is almost equal to 1, this is the formula to calculate Ka equal to C alpha square. Okay, if this approximation is not considered, means alpha value is considerable when compared to 1, we should use this formula. Okay, so depending upon the given problem, right? So Ka equal to C alpha square. Okay, so now from here we can write some other formulas also. Sometimes in the examination they will ask you to find what is the concentration of H plus ion. Okay, so in that case, see here, we have to calculate the concentration of H plus ion at equilibrium only. Remember that. Okay, so what is the concentration of H plus ion? That is equal to C alpha. This is one formula. Okay, so these two are also important. Then we can write H plus ion concentration is equal to how much? C alpha. What is C? Initial concentration of the acid. These are no initial concentration of the acid, and alpha they will provide. Okay, in the examination. And also we can write another formula. Okay, see, from this relation, alpha is equal to square root of Ka by C. So no, alpha is equal to square root of Ka by C. If you simplify this one, we get alpha equal to square root of Ka by C. Okay, if you remember this one, from this also we get this. Okay, right? And also we can write concentration of H plus ion is equal to square root of Ka into C. Okay, square root of Ka into C. See here, in this formula, in the place of alpha, if you substitute this one, we get this relation. Okay, clear? So here H plus ion concentration is equal to C alpha. In the place of alpha, substitute this one, Ka by C. Yes or no? If this C goes inside, what happens? That becomes C square. So Ka into C square by C. C will get cancelled. We will get square root of Ka into C, H plus ion concentration. Okay, very simple. If you substitute alpha value here, we get H plus ion concentration equal to square root of Ka into C. Okay, so depending upon the provided information, we have to use the suitable relation. Very important. So many times questions are asked. Okay, if initial concentration and degree of dissociation is given, if they ask you to find H plus ion concentration, use this relation. Okay, if they have provided acid dissociation constant and initial concentration of the acid, use this relation to find the H plus ion concentration. Okay, so you should be careful depending upon the information. Next, now if you apply negative logarithm on both sides, we get minus log H plus, that is nothing but the pH. Okay, minus log H plus, that is equal to pH. And here also if you apply negative logarithm, we get finally 1 by 2 into pKa minus log C. Okay, so that simply you can do yourself. If you apply negative logarithm, we get finally here 1 by 2 into pKa minus log C. Okay, so here Ka they will provide, or directly they will provide pKa in the examination. If they have provided only Ka, how can we calculate pKa? pKa equal to minus log Ka. Okay, so here we have to substitute. C value is, what is C? Remember that, what is C? Initial concentration of the acid. Okay, and also initial concentration of acid is equal to C. Okay, initial concentration I is, okay, initial concentration of acid equal to how much? C. Okay, so these are the different formula which are helpful to solve the problems related to pH calculation of weak acid, or H plus ion calculation, concentration calculation, or Ka calculation, whatever it may be. Okay, so we will get so many different types of problems related to this one. Okay, so now here we have two special cases that also we discuss, and then we discuss how to calculate pH for the weak base also. Okay, now let us see two important special cases. Suppose we have two different acids with same concentration. Okay, two different acids with same concentration. Then we have a relation that degree of dissociation of first acid by degree of dissociation of second acid is equal to square root of Ka1 by Ka2. Okay, see now look at this relation, alpha is equal to square root of Ka by C. Okay, so now we are saying that we have two different acids at same concentration. C is same. Okay, so when you take alpha 1 equal to square root of Ka1 by C, alpha 2 equal to square root of Ka by C, yes or no? If you alpha 1 by alpha 2, if we take, C and C will get cancelled. So finally we have square root of Ka1 by Ka2. Remember that this dissociation constant is a specific value for a particular acid at a particular temperature. Okay, at same temperature, two different acids have two different acid dissociation constants. Okay, so overall we get alpha 1 by alpha 2 equal to square root of Ka1 by Ka2. When we have to use this formula, when we have two different acids present at same concentration. Okay, next, another case is for the same acid at different concentrations. In that case, alpha 1 by alpha 2 equal to square root of C2 by C1. Okay, square root of C2 by C1. See here, for same acid at different concentration. Same acid means, remember that Ka value is fixed for a particular acid at a particular temperature. Okay, whatever it is the concentration of the acid, no problem. If you maintain the same temperature, Ka value is fixed. Okay, already we discussed equilibrium constant depends only on the temperature. Yes or no? At constant temperature, whatever it is the concentration of a acid, Ka value is fixed. Okay, suppose let us take acetic acid. Okay, acetic acid we have, for this one Ka at 25 degrees centigrade is X units. Okay, this may be 1 molar, 2 molar, 10 molar, whatever it may be the concentration. Okay, so whatever the concentration of the acetic acid, Ka value at this temperature is X only. So that's why what happens, we get alpha 1 equal to Ka by C1, alpha 2 equal to Ka by C2. Okay, so degree of dissociation at first concentration by second concentration equal to square root of C2 by C1. Okay, clear? So these are the two special cases. This is for two different acids at same concentration. From this relation we are getting. Okay, so don't try to by heart blindly. We should know how it is coming. That is coming from this relation. Okay, so and this is for same acid at different concentrations. Okay, so already we discussed alpha depends on the concentration, yes or no, in the Ostwald's law of dilution. Okay, so clear? So in the same way we can calculate pH for the weak bases also, that we discussed now. Okay, now let us see the pH of weak base in the same manner. See, these are the different formula for the pH of a weak acid, just now we discussed. Okay, so in the same way here for pH of a weak base, so first here we get Kb is equal to C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. Okay, Kb equal to C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. Here the Ka means acid dissociation constant, Kb means base dissociation constant for a given weak base. Okay, the derivation is not showing that it is also same as for the pH of a weak acid. There we take a weak base. Okay, no need. So by comparing with these formulas, you can easily remember these. Okay, next, same here. Suppose if alpha is much less than 1, then 1 minus alpha is almost equal to 1. So from that we get here Kb is equal to C alpha square. Yes or no? So here alpha means degree of dissociation of given weak acid. This is the concentration of the given weak acid. Here Kb means Kb equal to given concentration of the weak base and degree of dissociation of the given weak base. Okay. See, if you remember this, in the place of Ka, just you will get Kb. Okay. In this way, try to remember the formulas. If you remember these formulas, no need to work out specially on the pH of weak base formulas. Okay. Next. So here we get alpha is equal to square root of Kb by C. See, here we have Ka by C, here we have Kb by C. That is the only difference. Next, see, here we have H plus ion concentration, here we get OH minus ion concentration. Okay, OH minus ion concentration we get. Okay, so next, so here we have H plus ion concentration equal to square root of Ka into C. Here we have OH minus ions concentration equal to square root of Kb into C. Okay, in the place of H plus we are getting OH minus concentration. In the place of Ka we are getting Kb. This is acid dissociation constant. It is base dissociation constant. Okay, and POH, if you apply negative logarithm here, we get POH equal to 1 by 2 into PKB minus log C. Okay, PKB minus log C. Okay, so we know one important relation that pH plus POH is equal to 14 at 25 degrees centigrade. Yes or no? So from this we get pH equal to 14 minus POH. Yes or no? pH equal to 14 minus POH. So if you want to calculate, first we should calculate POH only, but in the examination they will ask you to calculate pH of the weak base. Directly we cannot calculate. First we calculate POH. After that, by utilizing this relation we can calculate pH. Okay, pH equal to 14 minus POH. Okay, clear? So in a simple way, remember these formulas, no need to work out specially on these. Yes or in the place of Ka you get Kb. In the place of H plus ions concentration we get OH minus ion concentration. Okay, and here another relation is that concentration of base, initial concentration of base equal to C. See, already we discussed once, in the all acid base concentrations we should express concentration in the normalities only. Okay, clear? So this is about the pH of weak acid and pH of a weak base. And also here we calculated two cases. Yes or no? One is alpha 1 by alpha 2 is equal to square root of Ka1 by Ka2. So in the case of bases also we get alpha 1 by alpha 2 equal to square root of Kb1 by Kb2. Okay, clear? So very similar to the pH of weak acid for the pH of weak bases. Okay, in the next lecture we discuss different types of problems related to this concept. Okay, thank you.